You know, North Dakota is a great place to vacation at because there are lots of marvelous places to visit, like the Theodore Roosevelt National Park, rivers, and some rusty railroad sites. I'm going to teach you about what to expect if you visit North Dakota. Now let's move on to geography. North Dakota was once home to millions of glaciers, which made a mixture of clay, sand, and some gravel, which then made what is called a drift that helps North Dakota obtain rich dirt. Also, the glaciers flattened out land and carved out mountains. Isn't that cool? North Dakota is a dry state. North Dakota is one of the driest states in the U.S. North Dakota only gets up to 13 inches of precipitation. Farmers on the eastern side accept up to 20 inches of precipitation. This causes to plant less crops than other states. Let's move on to more geography. The charming Red River is in North Dakota. The Red River is a border up against Minnesota. Red River is 65,595 square miles. North Dakota has some trees too. North Dakota drylands make less trees to be able to produce. There is 1% of the land that has forests. There is usually cottonwood, poplar, white pines, and aspen trees that is in the forest. Now let's move on to North Dakota's history. Dakota's history. Purdon de la Vidandier is a special person in North Dakota's history. Purdon de la Vidandier was the first European to get to North Dakota. He was from Manitoba, Canada. North Dakota had an interesting statehood. North Dakota entered statehood on November 2nd, 1889. North Dakota was approved by the President Benjamin Harrison. In North Dakota, you can find many things like railroads. When the Native Americans started to become reserved, many railroads began to be built and shipped crops and sold tickets to travel. North Dakota has been through a lot when it comes to Louisiana Purchase. North Dakota was a U.S. territory in the Louisiana Purchase. Lewis and Clark was involved for the Louisiana Purchase. Lewis and Clark first entered in 1804 during the fall. Then they had to survive during the winter and met with the Mandan tribe. So they had to build a Mandan fort. If you don't know what the Louisiana Purchase is, it is where the U.S. and France were trying to keep their states, like North Dakota. Let's move on to its attractions. In North Dakota's attractions, if you're planning to go to North Dakota, I suggest the Theodore Roosevelt National Park. I think you will enjoy visiting the park because you will see lovely bison roaming and grazing around in the Badlands, rolling and winding lakes. Do you like going on riverboats? I say you should try the Lewis and Clark Riverboat Cruise, so you and your family can feel a part of the adventure that Lewis and Clark went through. The Lewis and Clark Riverboat Cruiser tours you in the upper part of the Missouri River. They give you gorgeous views of the environment. Do you like to learn? You can learn lots of information in the North Dakota Heritage Center. You'll find lots of things based on the history of North Dakota. You can find things like ancient dinos or modern rites. You will be surprised if you visit Jamestown, North Dakota. It has the world's largest buffalo, called the North Dakota Buffalo Monument. The buffalo weighs up to 60 tons and is on a huge cemented hilltop. The buffalo was built in 1959. The buffalo is made out of concrete. It is 26 feet high and 46 feet long. Now that we're done with the attractions, let's move on to the conclusions. Did you learn something new from North Dakota, like its geography, history, and places you can visit? For example, the glaciers making the drift. Hopefully you visit sometime to North Dakota and have a great time. You can learn many more things about North Dakota on history.com, wikipedia.com, ndtourism.com, planetware.com, and a book series called From Sea to Sea Shine.